Ryder Cup starts.
Ryder Cup start. Ah, yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Who's going to win?
Probably the States, but
yeah,
I'm not that confident.
He's not agreeing.
He knows nothing about
And nothing about football, so.
Well, you try and make polite conversation.
Then he can start off.
Arne, just to check first of all, how is Giovanni Leoni? What's the prognosis there? And on the flip side of the disappointment for him, does it also open up a place in the Champions League squad for Federico Chiesa now?
Yeah, the last thing is true. And the first thing, he's not in a good place, of course, because he tore his ACL, which means that he will be out for around a year. So, being so young, coming to a new country, playing so well in your first game, it's very hard to take the positive side. No, there's never a positive side, but yeah, you always try to look at a positive side, and that is that he's still so young, so that he has so many years still to go after he recovers from a terrible injury like that.
How much of a blow is it for you? I know you're talking about the human being there, but also squad-wise, because you face Crystal Palace this weekend, and I suppose with Mark Gay lining up in their side, there might be a sense of what might have been given what happened on transfer deadline day.
Yeah, but I don't think 2 or 3 days before, 1 day before we play them to talk about that again. He's a Crystal Palace player, and he's been very important for them as long as he's there. So we have to prepare for Crystal Palace, who are a very good team. I think they haven't lost 17 games in a row now, and he's part of that team. So difficult team to beat, but we are also a difficult team to beat, as we've shown when we played against each other, because we've beaten them once with 1-0 and twice it was a draw. And we have more than enough options to replace, if needed, a player at the centre-back position, because of course we've got Virgil, Joe and Ibu, and other options if needed.
Is Alexander Isak ready to start now, obviously thinking with no Hugo Ekitike in particular?
Yeah, he's able to make minutes again. I still feel 90 is... depends also on the pace and the intensity of the game, but that might be a bit too much. But not only that, also for the long term, so you can't give a player maybe one, I would call stupid hit, to bring him to 90, and then his body is completely, you brought him too far over the line. So I don't think it's smart to play him 90 yet. But yeah, he's further into his pre-season now, and normally after 2 or 3 weeks in pre-season, players go to 60, 70 minutes, and in some clubs they even bring them to 90, but if you look at our pre-season, we mainly bring them to 60 to 70 minutes then.
Just check on Hugo as well, because there's been a report that he'd been disciplined over his sending off the other night. Has he been fined or anything like that?
No, discipline means that I spoke to him, then it's discipline, but I don't think that is disciplined. So discipline means a fine, and that he didn't get. So it wasn't very smart what he did. What he recognized himself immediately, straight away. So he said sorry straight away to his teammates. And he's young. Players of all ages do make mistakes, and that's what he did in this situation as well. But we all make mistakes, and you're allowed at this club to make a mistake without immediately getting fines or these kind of things. He's a fantastic human being. I think if you talk to all the staff members and you would ask them a top 3 of the warmest persons and the most polite persons, I think he's in every staff member's top 3. So even if he wasn't a person like this, he was able to make a mistake, but wasn't smart. It hurt. It didn't hurt us. Tuesday evening, it might hurt us.
Liverpool manager Arne Slot has provided important lineup updates ahead of his side's Premier League clash with Crystal Palace, and the news is already stirring debate among fans. With injuries, tactical decisions, and recent performances all playing a part, the Dutchman revealed who's in contention, who will be rested, and how he intends to approach what could be a tricky fixture at Anfield. One of the headline updates involves Alexander Isak, who picked up a minor injury scare during training earlier in the week. Slot confirmed that the Swedish striker will undergo a late fitness test, but he stopped short of guaranteeing his inclusion in the starting 11. Isak, who scored his first Liverpool goal in the EFL Cup win against Southampton, has been gaining momentum and confidence. Losing him would be a blow, but Slot insisted the club won't take unnecessary risks with his recovery. Meanwhile, Hugo Ekitike, who dramatically scored the winner against Southampton before being sent off for an over-the-top celebration, is expected to be on the bench once again. Slot suggested the French forward is still being carefully integrated into the squad, though he praised his energy and impact. Hugo gives us something different in attack, but we want to manage his minutes in the right way, Slot said, hinting that the striker could be used as an impact substitute against Palace. Another concern was the absence of Giovanni Leoni from training earlier this week. Slot revealed that the youngster had been dealing with a minor issue but assured fans that it wasn't serious. However, he added that Leoni is unlikely to feature in the starting 11 as the coaching staff prioritizes his long-term fitness. With defensive options already stretched, the news means Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konate are almost certain to anchor the backline once more. On a more positive note, Federico Chiesa is set to start after impressing with his pressing and creativity in the cup tie. Slot praised the Italian's work rate and hinted that his versatility will be vital in balancing Liverpool's attack if Isak doesn't start. Chiesa could be deployed in a front three alongside Mohamed Salah and either Diogo Jota or Darwin Núñez, depending on Slot's final tactical setup. Midfield also brings intrigue. Slot highlighted Harvey Elliott as one of the standout performers in training, while Curtis Jones is pushing for more minutes. Alexis Mac Allister is expected to retain his place, offering control in the center, with Dominic Szoboszlai a strong candidate to complete the midfield trio. The manager emphasized the need for energy and quick transitions against Palace, who have been resilient and difficult to break down this season. In goal, Alisson Becker remains the undisputed starter, with Caoimhin Kelleher likely to return to the bench after featuring in cup competitions. Slot reiterated the importance of stability between the posts as Liverpool navigate a busy fixture list.